Get it right,
Shout out to everybody here. We got the shorts up there. Bunch of liquidations at 98,000. Are we going to squeeze them? Are they going to take us back down? We'll see what happens. And the crowd goes wild. Best TA, let's go. You got to love it. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. 96,300 for Bitcoin. Can we break it down? Get that music back up and running. Mike Tyson signed glove. I'm playing around with it too. I shouldn't even be. Shout out to everybody here, man. We here, baby. We here. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. Best technical analysis of 2023. Can we win 2024? Just a couple days left till we break it home. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's get a pour going here. And you know I just drink Spindrift, but it's still good. Woo! Shout out to each and every one of you making massive gains here in the altcoins. They're absolutely ripping to the upside. Can't stop, won't stop. Gains be had. It was just gains all night, gains all day. And we're probably going to find gains tonight too. Let's take a breakdown. Let's see what's happening. I'm probably going to make some live trades with you guys. Let's just have some fun. The market's frothy, so hey, Bitcoin still got the shorts above us to get liquidated. At the end of the day, though, a bunch of longs have a stop loss here. So this the long stop losses all waiting to hang. We hit that, they will become a sell order. And that's, yikes, right? Anyway, our buy orders, a sell order. Then we come up here, we're going to rock the shorts. I'd like to see us flush up into 100,000. All right. Also, then some whale might use that liquidity to sell a bag on them. All right. But so that might be an area where they might try to get out of the market there around 100,000 again before we push back and forth. But it does suggest we can still get that liquidation. These are people basically saying, hey, I'm going to short and I got a stop loss up here. If you hit me, I'm going to get liquidated. And, so shorts still want to get liquidated up there above us. Let's see if we can get a bit of a short squeeze. But it's back and forth. Bitcoin hasn't been great. And honestly, it's lackluster. I'm not into Bitcoin long anymore. I cut it off. All the altcoins were ripping. I had a great day. And then the Bitcoin long was down $80. And I was like, about to bring my kids to go look at the Christmas trees here in Sarasota. I said, I'm out of here. And then I said, you think it's really going to pump on a Saturday night with low volume? And I said, no. I said, all right, then bounce. I came home and it was basically flat. So there you go. That's the story. Morning glory. I traded MAVIA for gains. We traded Algo for massive gains. Let's talk about Algo. It looks like, this was high risk, I said, because the daily is getting super far away from the 21-day moving average. All right. So once you kind of start to get away from the 21 in this manner, usually you're going to start to pull back. Anyone that took the Algo trade, though, on the 1 hour time frame, we gave it to you right here before it just did a massive move here to the upside on Algo. Maybe it was even the 4 hour. Let me see here. Yeah. Beautiful flag. I put this out to the trading group, said this is probably the most likely trade to hit. And it went way above the target and some. Algo ran, baby, all the way to 44 and more. Algo, baby, Algo. Put a little flag out there today. I'm not going to walk away from that. But I did say, man, be careful because when you get this far away on the daily, each flag that you play gets sketchier and sketchier. I'd say Algo gets a pullback now somewhere, to where we meet the 21-day moving average. That was an abnormal pump here for Algo. A lot of people were short of the market too, and there was a lot of squeezing going on there. Eventually, I do see us coming up, but we're going to have to come back down a bit here before we continue to rip. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. SHIB is the one that I kept saying is there's only a matter of time before SHIB rips. And there it goes. Wow, SHIB is gone. And I knew it. And there's my call for SHIB in the trading group. And now you can move that stop loss to break even if you're in there. SHIB for gains, baby, gains. And SHIB is up a nice 10, 11% on Levy. That's a big fatty to the upside. Shout out to everybody here on the live. SHIB breaking out and probably going to continue on the daily till it hits the target at 3972 for a nice 52.9% gain for SHIB. Shout out to anyone that took SHIB in the trading group. Bang, bang, bang. Congratulations with the SHIB call. It wasn't that hard. It's a tight flag. I'm not, but I'm just saying, if you just came in, you had no idea what trading was, you would have been fed this beautiful setup. You would have been kind of explained what we do here. Tight moving averages. I had a beautiful class today. I went over why things break down. I showed them all the setups that I make and why I make them and what goes on. Tight moving averages to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped into class. You're awesome. You got a great education today. I had a good time teaching it. I hope you had a blast. I had a blast. Blessings on blessings to everyone that jumped into class. It was awesome. Awesome. If you want to jump in and see, like, if you would have got this SHIB trade, right? If you want to get this before, you know, basically it happens and you want to be able to learn and understand, go to cryptolifer.com. We're still having a beautiful Black Friday sale. There's still time to jump on in. All right? Join the team and jump on it today. Unlock financial freedom. Get it the least expensive we give it for the entire year or quarterly. You won't believe it. A Black Friday sale. Unlock financial freedom today. It'll blow your mind. And what do you get? You get a Discord with my entire trading class inside, or like basically an entire trading a trading course that I've put together. People usually charge $2 to $3 grand for these type of things. It's in there for $99. You could pay for 1 month, get all you want and leave and never come back. And I still think you would get so much information. Most people don't do that, but I'm just saying, size me up against anyone else. See the information you get. We talk, we go over, we do a weekly screen share, go over my portfolio. We break it down every single week. We have a blast. Shout out to anybody. Shout out to Brett. We knew Brett was going to break out. I talked about it numerous times. I told you guys I put like 50 to 25,000, 50K at one point inside a trade. We were ripping to the upside earlier today. Brett paid me very well. If you made money on this green candle today, congratulations. I did. I hope you did too as well. For Brett, you didn't have to get the whole thing. Did you get a piece? Did you get in? Did you get a scalp? Whatever you got. Bang, bang, bang. A beautiful move there for Brett. And eventually, I see Brett make it a bigger move. I mean, that's a breakout, and that's a serious breakout. Brett's been consolidating slowly since November 15th, all month, just waiting for this bigger move. Then you started getting the higher lows, and that first higher low there after this flat zone was your, okay, we're going to move, right? And then I believe, remember when I looked at it, yeah, even right here is a bit of, look, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. It's sloppy, but it's there. Looks like a head and shoulder pattern, and it did break out. It came down. It recently just bounced again there. Almost got to the daily high. What do I see happening to Brett now? Honestly, Brett is a meme. You kind of have to just let it do its thing. But I own Brett, and I think Brett's going to continue to rip to the upside. How much Brett do I have at this point? $7,700 worth of Brett. It could be better. It could be worse. I think I put in like, I don't know, $1,000 or something, $800 to $1,000 when it first started, when Brett was down at like a $300 million market cap. So almost 7x the Brett. Haven't really thought about much of it, and I don't get too much into the memes. And maybe Brett does another 10x and I make 70K off of $1,000. You know, who sees? We'll see what happens for Brett. But I see a little flag here, and then Brett will likely continue to the upside. The same old story when it touches the 21 and the Stokes reset. I'd be looking for Brett. Hey, when it hits the 21 and the Stokes reset, I'll be looking for him. Sounds pretty gay. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you. God bless Marcus on this Saturday night. Finally a lifer. Thanks, Sam. After watching 3 years, thanks for the SHIB call. Can we check Ski Mask Dong? Thank you, my man. Banging on him to the upside. Shout out to Marcus. Ski Mask Dong. Let's take a look at Ski Mask Dong. Thank you. Ski Mask Dong. Let's take a look at JASMY too. And you know, there is a coin that ain't pumping, baby. Funny, Chill Guy looks like Bitcoin. It looks like it's doing just what Bitcoin's doing. Funny. Chill Guy kind of flat there, as you can see. Major Frog has been on my radar. This thing's hot. I believe this is going to be one of the ones that hits a $250 million market cap at least. That's an 8x from here. You heard it here from me. It has the community. It has what when I compare it to the Ponkies and the Myros of the world, it has the je ne sais quoi. And right now it's kind of struggling a little bit, but I and I don't own any of this coin, so I might miss the boat myself. But and again, why am I saying I'm not getting paid? I can't tell you. There's just something about this coin. Major, baby. Major Frog. It tells me it could do numbers. I got a knack for picking these things. I do, and that's the 618 Fibonacci, and who knows? All right. I go to zero. It won't matter to me. But there's a feeling about it, and I keep seeing it get circulated. People are talking about it. It's gaining momentum. The community is growing. It's Major Frog. Don't you want to be? Who doesn't want to be part of that? Major, baby. Everyone wants to be major. No one wants to be minor. You know what I mean? Major, baby. Major Frog. I don't know. It does something for me. I don't know about you. Maybe it's just me. Is it me? Is it just me? Or is it you? Ski Mask Dog. We'll take a look here at Ski Mask Dog. I'm going to show you how to find a scalp here in this market and have some fun tonight if we can, though. Wow, Ski Mask Dog ripping to the upside at $80 million market cap. And see, Master Frog's right here. Master Frog's right there. You know, it's like retracing, hanging out. Look, that bounced off the 786, basically right there where they're supposed to. Then it made the cup and handle, and then it ripped to the upside. Unreal. Ski Mask Dog, man. Everyone wants a ski mask. I remember we were talking about this coin when it first came out. Remember? We saw all these coins, everyone. We had opportunities to buy all of these coins down here throughout the bear market. I was live that whole summer. We went over all these coins, July, August. It was so boring. Remember? It was like, oh, nobody cared. That's when you looked up tiny little, you know, memes and bought a bunch of them. Right? We were buying Normie that actually got exploited. We were buying all sorts of coins. It didn't matter. Let's jump on into the chat here and see what's happening in the live chat on this beautiful Saturday night. Shout out to my man Paul Wood. Shout out to UK Mob Entertainment. Shout out to Joseph Cubadore. Shout out to Blue Chips in the house. Diane Forrest. We love you, Diane. Thank you. Shout out to Thomas Christensen. Shout out to Nathan Alog. Mr. Headshot JR. PEPE. Shout out to Ray Katowski in the house. Ray, my man. God bless you, Ray. Thank you for the love, man. Number one, man. God bless you, brother. Hope you and your family are doing well. It just keeps getting better over here, man. Hey, Lifer, what's your opinion on the pink link? Cash out now. I have no idea, man. No opinion. Shout out, Arian. Arian. Okay, Master Sam, thank you. God bless Blue Chips. Finally joined the Lifers. Shout out to Eb Grow. God bless you. Great call for everyone. FSX. That thing just doesn't stop moving, honestly. So SHIB ripped beautifully to the upside away from that 21. You got to start looking at your smaller time frames here. That was a rippage. A lot of these are going to come back. I mean, they were pumps, but they're, you know, so now you're looking for the 15-minute to make a flag. Hopefully it makes an upward flag. And we continue to rip here into tonight and into tomorrow. And we have an alt season weekend to remember here. Hola, Sammy. Finally, I was able to enjoy the team. So happy. God bless you, man. So many people jumped on in when we gave you guys that awesome double discount. I'm super appreciative of that. God bless each and every one of you guys. It was an amazing Black Friday. Unbelievable. Still going. If you want to jump on in and join the trading group, find out why. Well, we have a place where you can actually learn. Even if I didn't give calls at all, it's a great school to post your own charts, have people critique them, and come out months later, someone that can actually chart. You know what I mean? You'll learn how to chart. That's the key here. That's what, you know, but on top of it, I give my calls, the lifer, I give my calls, the elite give their calls. You're in the 99 when people pop, always posting charts. We have the weekly screen share. We talk about token metrics. We take a look at what's hot. Like right here, you can see Alien Base is something you may want to put on the radar. Anyone Prodar, Layer Zero. These are things that are probably going to make a big look. Ski Mask Dog. Maybe even before it had a pump earlier today. Thena is on the radar. Palm AI back on stream. So what's hype, what's not? You're going to get these updates all throughout the day constantly, and you're going to know what's happening. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it, especially on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday night. Amazing because there was a report on issue and it was solved within an hour. Wow, guys, you are all amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So SHIB had a nice pump. I would look for it to go sideways or further to the downside, back to the 21-day moving average. Good time to take some profits if I was scalp trading or taking some trades. Yeah, it will show. If you extended with early bird, you should be all set. Yeah. Don't worry though. If anything happens, we'll help you out. Okay, so everyone's about this pink link again. What was pink link? We looked at it on the channel. It's probably ripping, right? Everything we look at eventually rips. Nah, I don't know what pink link was. Pink link, you said? It looks like garbage, bro. I'm all set, man. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Pin link. That's what you said. Yeah. Pin link. That's why I always saw pink link. I don't know why I saw the pink link. See, pin link changes the whole game because it doesn't sound like something that's weird. Pin link. Wow, 96 market cap. That thing just absolutely took off. Oh my God. Everyone I don't touch rips. Everyone I touch doesn't rip. It's crazy how the meme coin game works, man. And then you keep firing off. Then eventually you get tired of it. I don't want to put any more soul in. Then you stop, and that's the week something rips again. Unbelievable. Look at that. Up 267%. Hinling. And someone gave it to us, talked about it. And it must have been at, what, like a $30 billion market cap or something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens that's been out of control ripping recently to the upside. Honestly, I mean, when I look at it, it just broke down. Like someone said, long it. I guess maybe it could bounce from there. But, you know, yeah, still on trend technically. It's still on trend if it holds that line. It's legit, but it's got to hold that. To me, it looks like it's going to dump. But I could be wrong, right? What I like about this setup is I'd set an alert on it, and I'll tell you why. All right? I set an alert like right there. If in a couple hours it somehow goes sideways or bounces and it stays inside the pattern, then I'm willing to, then I'd trade it tonight. So this might end up being a great trade, but I want to be perfect. Now I can end up right now. It's very risky to get in because what if it just dumps? Let's see if it could bounce first, you know, on the 2 hour, the 1 hour time frame. When does this 2 hour candle close at 30 minutes? When does the 1 hour candle close? Should be 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, duh, right? I put it together. But so look, can we get the bounce? So here's the deal. Okay, I like what we're doing here. The old bounce off the 1 hour 2 to May. We get the bounce. Look, it's going to make an inverted head and shoulder. That's going to be a beautiful entry. This looks like exactly like how we traded, you know, so many of these other coins. And I've actually been in a Stellar Lumens trade for a long time. I gave that 8 hour trade. I'm still in that trade to this day. Let's take a look at the trade. I'll show you the trade right now. XLM USDT.P. It's a perpetual on MEXC. And we traded the 8 hour time frame, right? And this was the trade right here, right? And I've been in since here. We broke out. Now we're coming back down. Can we continue to rip? It suggests that we have a beautiful flag. And we can continue. We are rolling over with a lower high, though. High, lower high. As long as we don't break this lower low there and we continue, we could get a move. So let's see if that smaller time frame can turn this candle green and things can flip back to the upside here. But that trade is in the green. It eventually did stay green on perpetual. So pretty awesome. I'll take it. And I'm not going to leave the trade. I'll stay in it. We'll see where it goes. All right. This looks interesting to me. I'd like to actually open up the trade on weeks if it's still good and then take it there too. Flat though right now after the whole time. So we'll see. Okay. Stellar Lumens. Yeah, I want to see that flip. It's got to flip green for me. Keep that alert going. I'd move the alert up a little bit, though. We want like 2 hours there. There we go. Because you're going to hit the alert. You're going to go right. So eventually you're going to hit it. Okay, that's the whole point. Oh, wow. Good evening, Sam. I like this different style of music on Saturday evening. Yeah, you got to have something. It's Saturday night. It's more like a club. It's more like you're going out. It's a club night. It's a hangout night. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at MAVIA. We traded MAVIA earlier today for nice gains. And yesterday into the night. Yeah, see, I'm looking for the bullish retest. It kind of stutter stepped. But to me, it never lost the level. It almost just did a double bottom there, you see? They tried to fake it. And those are the heavy leverage people. They're just trying to, take them out. But still bullishly retesting this key level. And let's clean it up for you guys so you can see what I'm seeing, what I'm showing you. Take away the moving averages for now. And you can just see whenever you have a previous resistance, bouncing right back at that resistance, you likely can have a nice move here to the upside for MAVIA. So it wouldn't be crazy to think that MAVIA could continue this move here to the upside. All right. And so I like what I'm seeing here for MAVIA. And look, that's a cup and handle. See semi, cup and handle. See how we start seeing things we didn't see before when we dissect the markets. Now I like it when it stays flat, but still. Bit of a cup and handle here for MAVIA, back to the upside. And then look, we traded this flag already. I sold the top. I sold 250. It went to 252. I really did sell 250. You're like, no, you didn't, Sam. You're so full of smack, Sam. You just love running your mouth. And I'm back, but I have it somewhere here. I have it somewhere. I have my win right here. Let me find it. I know I have it. Right there. 248. All right. Dang. What is wrong? I think I sold 250 on the other trade, but 248. Fine. It's pretty dang good. All right. 75%. It didn't, and that, look at that. 75%. So that means it took like $800 to make $500. Everyone thinks you have to make a lot of money. If you use the right amount of leverage at the right time, and you know how to position yourself, you don't have to use tons of capital. And you don't have to be, see, if you know how to position the math correctly, your risk can be scaled back. And that's the key, to scale that risk back slightly every single time, to learn how to get more and more surgical. See, I used to have to just throw things and pray that it would work on the 4 to 1 hour. Like that was how I made money. And sometimes it actually still worked, if you can believe it, but it was insanity. All right. So you name it. All you had to do was watch your daily time frames. When you get above the 200 MA on the daily, you get explosive moves. That's just what happens, everybody. Eventually, if you miss that explosive move, you don't panic. You draw it out on the 4 hour or the 8 hour time frame. You start to see what's happening. Is this like a rising wedge that broke out? And now you have your support or resistance. And so on the 8 hour, I would draw a flag here. And if ton flags out and comes back down, and to me, that's likely what we're going to see here for ton. And eventually ton's going to rip. I mean, it's got its own ecosystem, the Telegram app. It's just, there's so much going on with it. I don't see how it doesn't hit $8 sooner than later. And look at this, the Adam and Eve double bottom. You guys see it? Oh my gosh, this stuff is just textbook. I must draw an Adam and Eve double bottom almost every single night here on the channel. Get to know this pattern, understand it. Every time you see the Adam and Eve, 90% of the time, it's going to break out and hit this exact target. So this says 769 is a shoo-in doing. It's a doing. It's coming. It's going to happen no matter what. Let's take a look at ETH, GFI. Join the 99 for the year. Thank you. Shout out to Mike H. God bless you. Let's take a look at Ethereum for Mike H. Jumping on in here to the live. ETH, baby. ETH, not Earth. Remember that one, Eartha? We used to trade that puppy. It's been a while. That gave me some memories. Eartha, remember that? Oh. So ETH in the rising wedge to break to the upside. Then the little flag that could continue. And the flag did rip today. And this is still intact. Like, the stochastics, it could easily collapse. We're getting some bearish div. This is flattening out where that pushes up. But so far, the trade is still intact. And you broke out of the rising wedge. Can you continue to the upside? Let's see if ETH can get to 46 and then to the all-time high. All right. And change it. Do you mean you don't FOMO into a green candle? 100x leverage and get wrecked? No. PYTH is at the largest Adam and Eve, no demand. Let's take a look at PYTH. And it says like the same people behind Ondo with the institutional support, same people that like PYTH. They're eventually going to pump that coin is the word on the street. And what is PYTH? It's PYTH, Pythagoras. Remember? Pythagoras, right? PYTH is the beginning of the word Pythagoras. Ah, that's what they're doing there. You get it? I finally figured it out the other day. I was like, oh yeah. I saw this breaking out. Look, they did a boom. They went after the shorts, came back down, went after the longs, then ripped this puppy to the target that I had right there at 49. Unbelievable. But PYTH did just rip from that low of 25 all the way to 50. Everything has ripped. No matter what you held, your portfolio is up big. You have a portfolio like mine, it's up nicely because so many things are up. Every single coin you're looking at has ripped. If you had missed it, there was an Adam and Eve right here. Look at this. This is how crazy it was. There was an Adam and Eve right there, and that hit the target. It already did its thing. I find that fascinating. Let's take a look here on the daily now. Now, I know what you're saying. Don't worry. I got you. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a giant Adam and Eve, too. I see what you're saying. Yeah. And nonetheless, it's a rounded bottom that has just broken the daily. These are explosive, everybody. They get like one more maybe flag here. If that, maybe they even continue to pump and then flag out. And then these things are going to just They're gonna, and that's the beginning. Like just like that, they're gonna start doing their absolute massive runs here to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blow off top, you know. And to me, PYTH can definitely get to the all-time high and some. And so I'm riding PYTH till the wheels fall off, baby. And if you want to wait for that, you know, the best thing to do would be wait for a flag before that thing rips. Let's take a look at our baby JASMY. Only a matter of time before JASMY was going to rip. And I kept saying that. Like, it's a good coin. It's got a huge community. And look, I even have this kind of drawn out for you there. And there's your flag, and then it kind of made the invert look. It made an inverted head and shoulder right there. Same pattern that a lot of, you know, shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then it blasted to the upside. That's going to take me to look at total and all that. Let's take a look at our name, and then we got a 99. Wow. Super SUIYAN on Su. Curious about your thoughts. God bless you. Let's take a look. Encrypted 3D bricks, man. You're the best. Bless you. Thank you for the $99 super chat. May God bless you for that. That'll come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. Very nice of you. Very classy guy there. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here at JASMY. I want to look at the bigger time frames. Just for myself, I haven't really looked at the bigger time frames in a while. I knew this was the bump zone. Like, I knew we were eventually going to bounce off this area. Like, it was clear we weren't going to lose it. It was just so obvious to me. But they toyed with it. It made people really get pretty bored with it, right? And they're like, what's up with my JASMY? Every other coin. And I just, like, once I like a coin and I know it's good, I just hold it till it pays me. And I know it might take some time. And it's happened to me so many times where the coin I wanted didn't rip and I got impatient, so I don't get impatient anymore. It's like I've been through all of it so much that now I don't have the emotions I used to have because I know I've been on the other side of it all now. So I choose not to have those drawing emotions. I choose to just chill, and I trust life will do what it's supposed to do. I ended up where I am today, and I always had faith that the universe and God would carry me through. As long as I had, you know, I believed in my heart. I followed my heart. I followed my heart to make a YouTube channel because so many people helped me on YouTube. If I needed to work out, my friend showed me people he found on YouTube and then taught me things. If I needed to, you know, learn the guitar, there was someone on YouTube. I had to build a walkway, someone on YouTube. Meditate, YouTube. I was learning how to become a man and get my thoughts together, YouTube. Become disciplined. I use a free workout every Monday, YouTube. You guys watch me right now and learn how to trade for free, YouTube. Like, YouTube is amazing. And so because I learned so much from YouTube, I feel obligated to give it back. I'd like to see JASMY pull back a little bit there and give us a little run for our money, but honestly, maybe it won't. Got a nice little flag here for JASMY that could continue. I'm in JASMY long term. Probably not really stressing what it's going to do on the small term too much. But I do believe if we, you know, let's see. Yeah, this key area just doesn't need to be breached. So bigger time frames suggest a bit of a pullback. The 1 hour looks like, you know, it may want to make a move here out of a flag. It's got a great community. A lot of people are in it. I own some JASMY, so we'll see what happens, baby. Let's rock out. JASMY to the upside. I see that flag continuing. Do you have Doge? Thank you. I do hold Doge because I just think it's a good idea with the fact that it's the DOG now and all that. So I figured not holding Doge is a bad look. You got to hold some Doge. All right. DEGEN, curious if Bullish after consolidating now. We're waiting on DEGEN to pump. Yeah, it's right in the golden pocket. I have a photographic memory of it. It's in the falling wedge right there, right where I like it on the Fibonacci pullback. It's just sitting right there. We'll show you on like the daily. So there's DEGEN, right? And it's at this previous kind of support and resistance. It's got a bit of a cup and handle going for it. If I pull the fib from that wick to that wick there, you see it's sitting right here in the golden pocket. And so that's where things start to get crazy. And now this is starting to form a bit of a hidden bullish because that's like flattening out, almost downtrendish. And that's a very sharp uptrend To me, that speaks volumes of a hidden bullish divergence. Low stochastics, also with the divergence there, as you can see clearly. I can see clearly now the divergence is gone. But so that looks like we could push the 39 cents. And DEGEN is on its way. And that's just what the TA says. And I'm saying, I'm not trying to, you know, and I don't even own any, but that looks like a beautiful swing trade right there. I may be getting my hands dirty, you know. Look, 100% gains too coming out of that. It looks like it could happen pretty fast. So I would watch DEGEN very closely. And the Fibonacci Golden Pocket, it's one of my picks for the week. Very likely that it's going to hit. I mean, everything's going to hit. So I don't want to look like I'm a genius here. All you got to do is have a pulse at this point. But the idea is we also can, you know, I want to teach you how to trade for the rest of your life. And that takes a couple of years. Trend analysis, understanding your patterns, you know, divergences, putting it all together, VRVP, right? Supportive resistance, understanding what you're doing and when, how to trade any market in the world at any given time. Like I taught class today and the class was amazing. I could feel the people downloading that information. And then you people are awesome. Like hanging out with awesome people every day is a blessing for me. Like that's the really reason I do this, is to hang out with cool people every day. The charts are fun, but the coolest people are in the charts, man, and into crypto. They really are. So I'm right at home every single day here on this channel, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. God bless you all, and that's why I'm so thankful for everyone. If you look at $99 super chats, $2 super chats, $158.58. You don't think that's interesting? 58.58. Always a sign, right? Always a sign. Okay, AKT is in a nice cup of Andy. Can you give a shout out to my daughters, Gabby and Mia? My buddy Tim. We're all watching now. Thank you. Shout out to Crypto Maniac. Shout out to Gabby and Mia and your buddy Tim. Gabby, be good to dad. Mia, be good to dad. He loves you. And you guys seem like you have a wonderful family. God bless you. God bless you guys. XAI, please. Always love your energy. Appreciate your time every single day. Shout out to MK6L. That's so funny, right? MK6. So we got to look at SUIYAN on SUI. Let's take a look at that. He gave a beautiful super chat. Let's make sure we're somewhat timely on that one. God bless you, brother. We like SUIYAN. We've been looking at it for a long time. Super SUIYAN on SUI. $2.5 million market cap. Last time we looked at it was down here. And so it's up beautifully since the last time I looked at it. And we knew we were early on it. And honestly, it's going to take its time. And some people are going to sell, and it's very small. So it will affect the market as it goes up a little bit. But eventually, it'll be higher than it used to be. And I believe SUI is going to continue to do damage. And this is one of the, you know, the smaller, you know, memes on SUI. So if you're looking for that 50x, this could either die, you know, the only thing is it could either go to obscurity and no one will care about it ever again. It seems to be getting dumped on right now for whatever reason. But yeah, I'd like to see if it can consolidate. Still early to see kind of the maturity of it, but so far a low, high, higher, low, higher, high. As long as it makes a higher low, that's a beautiful move, and we should make a higher high. Next stop would be 7334, but it's probably got to consolidate for a little bit first before it can rip. Super SUIYAN on SUI. Super SUIYAN, right? Yeah, Super SUIYAN on SUI. All right. Looks interesting. It's bullish. It's got a confirmed uptrend that hasn't been broken, so you have to respect the trend. The trend says up. Until it says no, then that's what we have to listen to. It's an uptrend. That's how you trade. See, I'm trying to teach you how to change your mind to the trade. Let's look at XAI. Today was a beautiful day. Exit all trades perfectly. Just did exactly what I wanted. Just beautiful. So the last time I looked at XAI, you can see I said like it's likely going to go parabolic. Like I drew all these lines. I had an alert right here. Said when it hits, it will probably continue to pump. It did exactly that. It hit my alert, left the pattern a little bit, came back inside, and then this thing just absolutely ripped. My target is 42. It's now sitting at 39. XAI. And you'd be like, Sam, you're out of your mind. When did you call XAI? I didn't hear that one. You must be crazy. And I was like, I know. Funny too, though. We traded this thing on and off for a long time, I feel like. One second, I wanted to see something because I can't see with the lights, man. I can't see with the lights. Won't show me the time. Where is that? Okay, yeah. XAI. We've been trading this since like last year. It's kind of crazy. 111. Anyway, beautiful move to the upside. If the alert hit, boom. So if you're in it, you're like, what now? Well, look at your weekly. Wow, you've had 2 weeks of loveliness. 7 days, 3-day chart, daily chart, and you really... So look, the daily just got above the 200 MA. I mean, that's when we get to see massive pumps. So right there, I would lock that in. So it's, you know, and that's a lock in right there. And then you can kind of lock this in. And so, I mean, a lot of these coins are like saying, hey, I just got to break out, man. I don't, you know. I would say this pumps tonight, just based off what I'm seeing on this rising wedge and based on what I'm looking at on the overall market structure. Getting above that daily 200 MA usually creates a massive move. Then you might have a pullback or a flag here, but I see overall, this thing's just going to continue to the upside. You know, you look at the daily, and like maybe it makes a flag here and then it rips. The flag would be like somewhere here. So like, well, however it flags out or does whatever it does, I see the measured move somehow takes you somewhere to 64.71. You know, again, let's see it break out here first, then make a flag, then continue. But it's on the way, and it's closing candles above the daily 200 MA. Every time I've seen that, we've gotten a huge move. So I would assume this is going to get that move to the upside. You're going to get a 35% gain up to 54.49, and then from there we'll see what happens on XAI. Thanks for getting me into Brent, Crypto Lifer. I've doubled my money since getting in on weeks. Shout out to my man Keith Bradbury. God bless you, brother. Hope everyone's happy with their monies, you know. You got to pay yourself sometimes too. So, MUBI just above the 200 MA on the daily. Can you see it? I mean, that thing looks like it's probably going to run. And if that's what you're telling me, then it's going to run. Yeah, that's beautiful. The only thing is there's your 21. What I love about it is now you can kind of set up your bigger time frame. So just wait for your 4 hour to make a really nice flag. Second 4 hours flagging out, and we don't know exactly how. We're going to be able to trade this thing for a nice gain. I love, this is like the perfect time to be paying attention to a coin. So not only is our trading groups great for you, they don't have to even give you the call, but I can teach you how to wait for the coin for the right, like how to set it up. Right now we set alerts here, so we'll get an alerts. I'll put 2 alerts on it too. So I hold control and I pull that out. Pause. Just didn't sound hold control. It's so ridiculous. All right, but MUBI would continue. Now we can already see where MUBI's going to go, but we're going to have to wait for some things to play out first. And we have our alert sets, and I don't have to think about it much again until I get alerts and I deep dive it. All right. I do see a sideways flag and continuation, but that's something we're going to have to see happen and play out over time. It's not going to happen overnight, right? Can you chart Turbo and Moonwell? One at a time, please. One at a time. Thanks for your thoughts. SHIB is still pumping after breaking 10% gains on the day. Yeah. PEPE doing pretty good tonight. Giggity, giggity. Yeah. PEPE to the moon. I mean, it's the weekend. People are getting to be able to cash their checks. I saw this as the inverted head and shoulder to the upside. It did break out. Now it's ripping yet again. And let's just see. I mean, there's always a move, right? In crypto. Aerodrome looks beautiful too tonight. Absolutely ripping. I took my gains on Aero. A nice pump. Faster than I thought it was going to happen. So I was super excited for that. Today was a fun day. Traded Aero for gains. Veracity for gains. I traded MAVIA for gains last night. We traded Brett for gains. I've been swing trading leverage altcoins. I never did that. And I'm doing it now. The TA is too good and the opportunity is too high. You know what I mean? And so you got to mathematically... See, it's funny. As you become a better and better trader, your mind changes. Number one, you become a math guy more and more as you enter trading. And each year you go on, you become more and more math affiliated and less emotion affiliated to your emotions. And so you're better at choosing math. It almost becomes a habit to be more mathematical than you used to be. It just becomes part of you. And so once that becomes part of it, you start being able to shave risk and see risk in a different way than you ever saw before. In a very high risk, efficient way. Before you kind of looked, now you can see every trade, every little way, how you can make it a little better, try to get in here. And they can also say, well, if I can use leverage for this point, then why don't I? You know, if the probability works for me, then I might as well take it, right? And so that's kind of where I sit now when it comes to using that leverage, because it's like, hey, if I've done the math and I know what I'm doing, then there's no reason not to put myself. And if I can do the math again with the leverage and make sure I'm in the same parameters, same risk that I can handle and take, then there's no reason I should be stressed. Now, this 1 hour could continue to pump. We could see a huge pump here for Pepe right out the gate. Boom, right? Just want to see it defy that run and just get a move on. Could easily come down here and squiggle around and go through the sides of the channel. But either way, either we get a bigger breakout or we go sideways. I do see an eventual big move for Pepe coming out of this tight channel. Can we check out BABYDOGE? I'd rather not, but I will. BABYDOGE. Let's take a look at BABYDOGE. A coin like Doge, but with a baby in front of it. You know, in a strange cup and handle, I do have to give it to you. And not looking too shabby inside of this symmetrical triangle. But these mainly do break to the downside, but it has a 50-50 right to go either way. Now, if it breaks down, it's going all the way back down to zero. For some reason, that would be like an exploit, some type of bearish, you know, for that to happen. Look, even at the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, and you slowly defied a head and shoulder pattern too, though. So to me, this pattern's interesting, and it doesn't get a lot of love, right? No, hold on. No. Hold on, I gotta go back. I'm gonna go back to fan funding here. I got lost. I gotta ask you guys what. Oh yeah, BABYDOGE. Thank you. Like, what was he doing? Yeah, I don't want to remember this coin personally, probably, right? Who knows though? Maybe it does numbers. All right, so now it's inside what's called a symmetrical triangle. It could break out either way. And if Doge is bullish, this is bullish. If Bitcoin can hang out and not take a massive dump, if Bitcoin dumps, then this will dump probably. But I think it's probably more likely we get the pump because everything's pumped. But you never know. You know, that's what everyone says. And then they get wrecked too. So just be careful. One step at a time. But tight moving averages above the 200 MA. I would assume we pump to the upside here based off what I'm looking at. But the pattern itself isn't amazing. BABYDOGE does look like it's about to break out though and continue. There's a gain of 74% for BABYDOGE, and it tells me BABYDOGE can get to 43161 and however many zeros you're playing with there. All right, halfway to almost taking out a zero as well, a third of the way, a little over a third. Ain't bad. Maybe you could do it. What about this AXIBT, right? AXIBT, these new transient memes by virtual. All these little things are coming out on virtuals, and they're super smart and intelligent. Just in the last hour, this thing has been starting to run again and starting to go sideways too again. These are sentients. Now, I would have liked to get in at the beginning, but it still is at a $199 million market cap, and it's crazy that's small for these meme coins. You have to understand, you're like, why is this different than the last cycle? Well, the last cycle was controlled by VCs. And they got the inside every single time. Meme coins are fair launch. And so despite people laughing and joking with them, they're better for me and you in the long run because they have full supply, full transparency, unless they're yet rugged like this one, right? But you know what I mean? And that's kind of the whole key thing. That's the key about it. So memes have an edge in a way because we can see where the liquidity is. No VC gets their hands on like, you know, a 10x before us and sells on us like half the coins we see every day that hit the exchanges. Most coins' life cycle to the public is just a way for the insiders to get out and then to find out what happens to the coin after that. It's kind of crazy. You could 100x a coin than someone already 1000x'd, you know. So, recap. We're looking for MAVIA to get a move to the upside, and this will all be timestamped for you so you can get a chance to look at it. But we're looking for MAVIA to take another big move here tonight. And I see it headed to somewhere, to the 3 beans, right? 269 is my target for MAVIA. Heroes of MAVIA. All right. AI Tech. Every little AI coin coming out the gate here. AI Tech ripping from the 7 cents all the way to 16. Getting that double up. Getting that move. I have a huge bag of AI Tech. When I see an AI Tech pump like that, I'm an excited young man. I like seeing what I'm seeing here for AI Tech. I believe AI Tech will recapture its all-time high at about 50 cents and continue to rip. It's not that far, only a 3x away, and that can happen very, very fast. You can also get this on Pancake Swap, which is pretty awesome. And I want to kind of talk about cake. When cake comes back, that's how you know the whole market's ripping. And if I show you a bullish cake chart, which I'm about to, then you know something is brewing right now for cake. And so look, even cake is inside of this flag here on the 4-hour time frame. It is struggling. If Bitcoin dumps everything, you know, kind of close to it, big large cap does make a move, but let's see if we can get the bounce. But even if not, I mean, cake just had a beautiful run from 198 all the way to 330, right? And maybe it parts Simpsons and finds its way in a falling wedge. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a chance we get the stochastic to save us on the 4-hour. We get a bigger move to the upside. But just to see how it's curving below the 21, I don't like, that's not a bullish sign. We need a reversal sooner than later in the next 2 hours for me to really buy into the fact that this thing could pump. All right. DYM is starting to make some headways. I'm reading about it more. I'm hearing what it's doing. And look, I saw that this flag could pump to 2248, and that's exactly what happened. A nice 14% gains. And now if you really want to look at it, it's likely to do something kind of like this here. Get really close. You see? Let's take a look. I'm just overall bullish on this, so I'm looking for my continuation pattern that would make sense. Why is this bullish? Well, it's connecting to big chains. It's doing awesome stuff. People can use it for DeFi. It's connected to Atom. Atom ecosystem is just taking off yet again. And Atom is showing who's boss out of nowhere. It was quiet like a sleeping giant. Then out of nowhere, it's like someone pressed a button and said, okay, you go now. Look for that cup and handle. Look for that consolidation. And that's really nice too. Put an alert on that. So like, see all my trades that hit, they're trades that I'm setting up days in advance, an hour, 2 hours in advance, 10 hours in advance, alert after alert, filling out the blank, seeing what's happening, always grinding Saturday night, Saturday morning, Sunday night. It doesn't matter. And then, you could take a break every once in a while, watch a bit of a football game if you can, or, I relax in the jacuzzi, I count the stars, I do all that fun stuff, but then it's back to the grind again. And it's back to the grind every single time, right? We are starting to get it pretty extended here. Even Ontology with the big run. Everything has had a nice run here to the upside. Let's look at total 3 and see if we're in for a bigger, a small pullback here. Let's take a look at what's happening after this kind of rally we had today. So total 3 broke out of the channel that we wanted to break out of. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, all is well. But now it's time for a little bit of a pullback. So even total 3 suggests, yes, we are going to pull back on these altcoins. Let's just kind of do one last deep dive here on total. We're going to take a look on total 3, which is all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So remember, Bitcoin was showing a possible red close on the weekly. This is not saying that. So this is a more bullish chart than Bitcoin right now for this week, which is also a great sign. 3 white soldiers, that could continue to pump. Same on the 3-day. No signs of a pullback. The RSI is high, but that could actually slope down while we slope up. And no worries there. And then the daily is attempting to cap this top crown red, but still we'd have to assume that we're somewhat bullish. If we break down, fine. We're going to break down and likely double bottom there at about 88 and lose that $1 trillion market cap. I feel like the alts aren't going to lose. Like, who's going to sell off their positions? I'm certainly not. And that would affect, So the $1 trillion looks like we could stay intact. They're just playing with us tonight, but eventually. And again, I don't know. We could take the dumper pump. It's a very iffy time right now with the red candle. You can wait for us to break out, attempt to retest on a smaller time frame. There's many ways to play this. But total 3 does look like it's bullish, but we do have to be careful. There's some signs. I mean, you're very overbought on the stochastics. RSI's kind of does have what I see as a bearish div. This swings up while it's a very extended bearish divergence. And we've been ripping for a while now. Do we get a bigger pullback? And do we shock the market here and get good prices back down to the 0.5 fib? And you have to be open-minded that could happen. You have to have some capital on the sidelines in case. And I wouldn't be over-leveraged, right? I would be in and out. We're still in somewhat of a price discovery moment here There's a lot of people on edge. There's a lot of people doing different things in the market at the same time. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder there, which is sketching me out a little bit. So I'm seeing a lot of red flag signs here for Bitcoin that are telling me, hey, and for the total market cap for altcoins, like, and I'm not saying they happened yet, but they're things that we definitely have to pay attention to. And I don't believe it's worth me not putting out on the show. I gotta put it out there. I wish I could always be like, oh no, it's perfect, but it's not always perfect. And honestly, if we short, it's perfect. If we long, we'll find our way to make money no matter what. We're the opportunity, me and you. So we're gonna find it no matter what. We will find the opportunity. You bet we will do it no matter what. So I'm excited. You stay excited, and we're gonna be able to rip it like we always do. Honestly, getting a little green there too, and we get the bounce. Next thing you know, we're out of here. And these altcoins are super bullish. I would expect this to turn into a flag, and for almost every coin to rip into tomorrow and just get an absolute blast to the upside. That's the most likely scenario. That's how I'm playing it. I'd rather get stopped out here and there. Again, I'm not going to over leverage my entire self with no stop loss, but it does look like we could just go a little sideways and then continue to pump. Welsh, we haven't looked at Welsh in a long time. Class was amazing. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much for the $10 super chat thanking me for class. The Hills of Malibu, God bless you. Shout out to Badri84, Welsh TA. I remember when we first found that puppy. Welsh. First meme coin, right? On BRC20, if I'm correct. Wow, so they sold it off to the ground, huh? Crazy. So this thing had a bottom where it began. We ran it all. Man, that's so crazy. I sold it early and then it really ran. So much opportunity to make money there. And we're going to get it again. We have to say we're the opportunity. So when the opportunity comes next time, we can take it. If we blame ourselves and beat ourselves up for what happened, then we're going to have that negative energy. We're going to project that, and that's what the universe is going to feed us. That same lack, that same feeling of it didn't happen, and that's a problem. We can't have that. We have to have it stronger than that. Okay? So Welsh is beat up, though. I have to be honest. Like, it would take a very strong man to buy right now with a lot of conviction. You may be buying yourself right back in. I wouldn't touch it. To me, there's so many awesome projects that I'm into. But if you love this project, I mean, that's the best place to buy, right? It isn't a cup and handle. It's basically double bottomed. But this is the weirdest thing. I'd never see this. It did the Adam and Eve, but it didn't rip. I just saw, like, I mean, 90% of the Adam and Eve rip. So that tells me there's manipulation. Something weird happened there. Sam, God bless. RWA player here. CHEX Tintai. Yeah, we like Chintai. I interviewed the CTO, I believe, or the CFO of Chintai on my channel. Great guy, really nice dude. You can check out that anytime you want on my channel. And we had met in Tennessee, Nashville. Yeah. So I talked about that being the perfect place to buy right there before we got a big move to the upside, and we bounced right off that and bounced exactly as suggested. So when we were here, I said, we're going to come here and probably bounce. Why? Because that's just what happens. I've seen it so many times. 47%, and I see this thing continuing to 61. And this is RWA, and this could really make some bigger gains. It was just at 9 cents, and it's already here it's already about to do a 5x from about September 10th. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And maybe realistically, if you got in even here at about 23, and it's at 39, not too long from now, you'd be looking for it to flag out on the smaller time frames. We are seeing this flag across the board on multiple coins, even total. Almost a bit of an Adam and Eve inside. And this is telling me that we may get this move really tonight here for CHEX Chintai. And that would send it to that 49 and to that oh so coveted 50 cent region, right? Why? Because it's just psychological, 50 cent, right? It hits it, it's going to be a big deal. So everything's been moving. ZRX, you name it, it's been ripping. And so I would just draw flags, make sure these flags stay intact. And if they do, we trade them in the next few hours. I mean, it's that simple. If not, we wait for the next opportunity with the best probability. That's it. Don't force trades. Just take trades that come to you. Have your strategy ready. Wrap it around the trade. If the trade says yay, take it. If not, don't take it. If you don't have a strategy, you need to build one. That's going to be your first problem with why you're not making any money. You've never built a real strategy. For years, I called myself a trader. I didn't have a true strategy. I cherry picked off random things people taught me and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And eventually, fine, I found my way, but I had no idea what I was doing. All right. Vulcan Forge even got the move to the upside. Like, you name it, we got the move. Back except for those last ones. Solar SXP. I remember that one from back in the day, right? Mooney, Doge, Idea. This thing looks like it can moon. This is like your last chance to get certain coins before they just absolutely take off. And it's showing you too. It's like, I'm just going to kind of hang out here before I pump. And then I'm going to be gone. And you're going to say, whatever happened to that coin? I was just blah, blah, blah. Look, a bit of an Adam and Eve right there too in your face. Hiding right there in front of us. In plain sight. And the 77s, I like this trade here, Idea. Again, I'd have to research the liquidity to find out if it's worth it. How much you can actually trade in it. And all that fun stuff. But right now, I like what I'm seeing. And the TA looks absolutely lovely. If we slap on the moving averages, yeah, it's pretty nice. Really tight on the 2-hour time frame. Idea on MEXC. Ideology it is called, right? As far as gaming is concerned, I mean, you can go all the way up and down the line depending. I like Beam, but we were getting into Beam when it was like 0006 or something. Now it's 4x since then. But I mean, I still believe it's a great opportunity. But this is your gaming kind of token that's going to take gaming by storm, and infrastructure doing great. It's already up here back to 2.7. I see Beam continuing to rip, only a matter of time. And Beam is just on an express ship. And it's slow. It's a slow mover. It doesn't, I remember, but when it starts to move, it's going to move. I remember when Beam first came out. We found Beam here at 0.9. I mean, it's just crazy, man. So many of these coins we watched right on my channel just completely take off. And no one really knew what was going on. Like, the market was just beginning. MEXC was really getting more popular. And next thing you realize what happened, it was like, wow, MEXC had it all. MEXC gave us gems on gems when nobody was paying attention. It was just crazy. And so we're still going to find the gems every single day. It does not stop. The gems are in abundance here in this trading group. It's actually pretty crazy. I see the gems more. I'm just amazed. Like today, I even have to look at the gains, MAVIA ripped for that nice move. Flow ripped, right? TARS AI for 107% gains. Bitcoin for, we were going to wait for it to hit the golden pocket. It did that. And then I gave the trade. It's just amazing. Spec ripped, PEPE coin, and the list goes on and on and on. Gain after gain. I gave the Hex call right before it ripped to the upside. How did I see it? The Algo call right before it ripped to the upside. How did I see it? Just because that's how it works. I'm at the right time, at the right place. I don't stop. I have the setups and I have the gains. Join the trading group. Stop playing yourself. We're here for you every single day, baby. We got it. Locked and loaded. CryptoLifer.com. How do you join? We make it simple and easy. Because that's your next question. When you see gains like that, you're like, well, I just want to press the button. Show me where to press the button. I'll show you where to press the button. Right there. CryptoLifer.com. And then, just subscribe, right? Subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual. And use code LIFERBF777. And you're going to be in there ready to go for Black Friday, right? That's how it's going to work there. So get your Black Friday discount today. 777s for the annual. I love it. And that's such a huge discount from the 999, which is already discounted from the 1200 if you pay $99 a month. So like, you won't get it any better than this. And I'm going to be here every single day. Not only is it about trading, it's about mindset. I put a workout video every day. I put out a mindset video every day. I grind every single day for the same cause. I share you in on my goals, my dreams, what I'm doing. I help push you to your limits. If you want to make yourself something amazing, you should be with amazing people. My trading group has all that and more. It's a place where people really strive to become great. Read the testimonials. They talk about how they change their lives. Not only do they make money, but so many things happen in their life. I see this thing continuing to go on the daily. It's just getting started on the daily. It has room to go and move. I'd watch it on the daily alone and really just let it cook. I see this thing going to 3.7 for 40% gains with that golden cross above the 200 on its way to the upside. Looking absolutely lovely, if you ask me. Can you check out Render, please? Render, my baby. Good, sir. Can you give me some input on drift? Shout out to Michael Hoge. Shout out to Istanbul. Hey, Sam. God bless. RWA, we looked at Chintai. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the $10. Badri, you looked at Welsh. Thank you. The class was amazing. Thank you, brother. Can we check out BABYDOGE? We looked at that. Shout out to Snow Perfect. Can we chart Turbo and Moonwell? Just one. We're going to look at Moonwell. I can't do two because it's just too much. XAI, we took a look at. Akash Network, we took a look at. Quantum Fusion, never heard of it. And Sand, I didn't take a look at too. Wow, we got a lot. You guys are throwing it down. Let's take a look at Sand here and see what's happening to Sand. Wow, Sand away from the 21 of the daily after a huge pump suggests that you might have to come back down to the daily here. So Sand had a huge pump, but it's telling me that maybe it does have to come back. Let's take a look. Is the 4-hour bullish like the rest of the market? I see Sand pulling back. For whatever reason, people look like they're going to take those gains and put them into some lower caps. And so some people are going to hold, but it looks like some of you are going to pull back. And you're going to see Sand take a pull. It's going to inhale. But we could see Sand take a pull, probably somewhere, pull back somewhere here to 5-1, right? That golden pocket. Maybe it 0.5s itself and holds the key level. We don't know. But, you know. Let's take a look at WELL here on USD. That was coming down to the golden pocket. Looked beautiful for the move. Did it get it? It did. So it bounced off the 706. Got into the golden pocket, bounced again. And then we have it in this flag in waiting. And once it breaks this 200 MA, this thing is going to rip. Just kind of struggling a little bit there. Remove the moving averages. I got too many lines going on. Measured moves and such. I mean, it's in a symmetrical triangle. Looks like it could go either way. If Bitcoin dumps, it dumps. If Bitcoin pumps, it kind of seems like it's watching. It is more bullish with the higher low. I would expect it to break out because things are bullish, but don't get so overly excited about it every time. But tight moving averages suggest once it breaks the 200 MA in the 4-hour, it's going to rip. That's a bit of a cup and handle too. I see it making the move. I like what I'm seeing here. Only a matter of time. I'm going to put my stamp on it. 10, 11 cents for Moonwell. All right. Quantum Fusion. Let's take a look at Quantum Fusion. Quantum Fusion. Quantum Fusion Network. So small they don't even know what to say about it yet. How about XRP at 189, baby? XRP, baby. XRP makes me so happy after all the pain and anguish to see XRP be able to go where it needs to go and fly where it needs to fly and really just show the market who's boss. And here's another beautiful XRP trade given to the trading group that just absolutely plays out so beautifully. I saw this double bottom. I gave the exact trade right here. Look at that move. You'll be able to do this too. It's not that hard. XRP up 35%. In total, it went up 37% gains. That's going to get added to the gains. And this is what we do here. Right? Every single day, we execute. We go after what makes sense. We use the same exact strategies. You'll see me doing this 10 years from now. Same stuff every single time, just breaking it down, having a blast. Did we get to 80,000 subscribers yet? Are we about to? I want to see. I think we can get there. I believe we could get there today. 80,000 subs and counting. It says 79.7. I thought we were at 79.9. Why do I? You see YouTube Studio. But XRP 37% gains. Yeah, we're at 79,750. Okay. Thought we were closer for some reason, but about to go to 80K. Shout out to everyone that helped me get to 79,750 subscribers, 10 million views and counting on the channel. And I know you'd be like, no. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Lifetime, 10 million views lifetime. Look at that. 10.39 million views. Unbelievable. 2.4 million in watch time. 79,000 plus subscribers and 7 sub, you know? Unbelievable. XRP booming to the upside, 37% gains for XRP. Tight moving averages. Bouncing here, look at a double bottom. Low stochastics, ready to rock inside the tight channel, and a blast to the upside. XRP, baby. XRP. That thing just booming. If it never hits a target, I mean, it basically did, but it's about to hit the target now. And we started showing you XRP down here. Look, and see the Adam and Eve double bottom? I'm telling you, man, the strategies play out. You'll see them, the double bottom. There's another little flag here that we, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. 69. I remember putting out XRP down here saying it's about to rip. Why? People were asking me. It was just like, I was just showing the flags. It's funny. It didn't ever look like it was going to fly from the, like the daily. It was just in this nasty little, but wow, man. Let's take a look at the, is there going to be a nasty pullback for this? I mean, usually there is for something like that, but the last big run it had is able to come really pretty close back down to the 21. And so same thing here, but you know, I just feel like we got to have to make some type of flag. An upward trending flag could take place because the way the 21 is moving, it almost suggests we're going to flag something like this and then continue to rip. But I mean, the measured move is hot. Talking 355 now. I mean, an XRP could, a $10 XRP seems like really feasible at this point. And you know, maybe it's bigger. This could be a bigger market than we even realize. You're such been inspiration. Been watching you since the ATB days and just subbed for a year. Can you check Solana, please? Shout out to JL1. Thank you so much for the love. Heavy Footer, thanks always, Sam. Just wanted to say I love the email newsletters you send. It's always the advice I need to hear in the moment. Love to all the lifers. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Me and my team curate those and work really hard to make sure the message that I send out every day is really written down and repeated so people that are struggling can find their way, because I was struggling. This all came from me struggling, everyone. I was in a place I wasn't happy. I was depressed. I wanted to change my life. So I went after something different. I wanted to look nice. I wanted to wear suits every day. I wanted to be a star, right? I wanted to be the star of my own show, man. I was sick of being, you know, I was making TV for everybody else. For David Letterman, great guy, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with him. He treated me great. I was making his show, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction, on Netflix. That was like the last gig I had. I did Kevin Can Wait show on CBS. I did a lot of shows you saw on TV, things that you may have seen. And, you know, I eventually was like, man, I make all these people's shows. They pay me like, you know, $100,000 a year, and they make 10 million, 20 million off the behavior, off what I know and how I do it. So if I didn't do what I do, they'd have to hire someone else. I'm sure they could, but I'm pretty good at it, and they can rely on me. And at the end, I have all the information towards the end of the show. It's really hard to get rid of someone that's at the end of a show. You have all this data, you have the files, you know what's up. You could really single-handedly really hurt a show by, like, you could delete files and put them back once. I've never done that, of course. I'm just saying, you know, those are things, you have a lot of responsibility at my job at the time. The point, what I'm saying is, I was sick of making someone else's show. I wanted to make my own show. And so I began living my own reality where I was the star. And lo and behold, now that is, you know, that's like, you know, whatever. And I don't, you know, but the point is, you can do. I always have to bring up myself, and it was like, oh, it's you. But I don't know how else I can convey these messages without mentioning my life. But I want to know that you could do it too. Like, become the star of your own movie. Stop becoming the victim and play the hero. You can be two people, the hero or the victim. Who do you want to be in your life? I choose to be the hero. Hey, Lever, what's your opinion on Pinklink? It depends on how much I had in there and where my situation was. So you got to answer that question for yourself. You know? Please give your thoughts. It's really hard to make big money on these coins. You have to just sit and let it hang and forget about it and be willing to go all the way. And not every coin's going to do that. And a lot of people are going to get to where you're at, never sell it, and then it's going to go back down too. So it's like really tough. Like the meme coin is a really good way to lose a lot of money that way, because it psychologically hurts you, because you're like, because the odds could go up so much, you want to hold it, but then you know it's crap. You know, it's not that good. So you're like wondering, when you're up, you should take something. And then when it goes down, you knew you should have taken it because you told yourself it was garbage. And then when it goes up, when you sell, you knew you should have held it because it could have been the one. And meme coins can really keep you up at night, man. And that's why I kind of stay away from them in that sense. I don't want to be the guy that needs to hit a meme coin, because when I start getting that way, I get into what I just told you. I'd rather not hit the 100x on a meme coin and go to sleep at night and just put 100K in Solana and turn it into 500 grand. You know what I mean? I hate to say it. I'm not trying to be rude. And again, I'm in a good area to say that because I have the 100 grand to put in Solana. But the point is, I know what meme coins can do to your mind. And so just be careful. That's all I got to say. But you're going to go, everyone's going to find their own way. Join the 99 for the year. Thank you. ETH and GFI, please. Shout out to Mike H. We love you, Mike. Thank you. Please give your thoughts on SUIYAN on Dex Trainer. It's SUI. Merry Christmas and God bless. It's on SUI. I think we just looked at SUIYAN. Yeah, we looked at it already here on the channel, but we'll take a look at it again for you. But we looked at Super SUIYAN. They might be two different things. All right. You have SUIYAN on Turbo. No, I mean, it is, yeah, SUIYAN is Super SUIYAN. We did just look at this. And we ended up saying, you know, let it go sideways here, and then it's likely to break out. And since we looked at it here, it is up. So we'll see what happens. Let's look at ETH and GFI here for this guy who paid for the year. Normally don't do double super chats, but he paid for the year. So I see ETH continuing, and I've been saying it ever since it came, even when it did the bullish retest there. ETH is going to rip. I think tomorrow you're going to see a huge move in Ethereum. It's going to go crazy. I think that's going to alter a big move in other altcoins. When ETH hits an all-time high, that's when the AI coins rip. That's when everything starts to get crazy. That's when we're going to get a really, really monster move here. And it's going to be absolutely absurd. So get ready for that. Stay tuned for that. That's when things are going to get absolutely crazy. All right. And I see it coming. I don't see why it's not going to happen. A little bit of bearish div starting to form there. We'll see. And again, if we lose the 4-hour 200 MA, the 1-hour 200 MA, and it starts to collapse. But right now I see a move here. Everything's kind of waiting. They're watching Bitcoin. They're watching. There's like this, like, we're in this, like, it's like they're halting the market for one big buyer, right? So we either fall down, we retest the top, go inside the channel and then dump. And it will give us 2 or 3 areas to watch before the major dump, before we see what's happening, or this is going to rip up. Right now, we've been in an uptrend. We have to, you know, the trend is your friend. We would have to assume the trend's going to continue, and this is going to rip to the upside tonight. It suggests you could even take a trade on Ethereum right now if you wanted to trade, you know, anything. And your stop loss could be right here. Previous support of resistance is pretty high. You can go down low there. Stop loss at about 35, 32, maybe even 30, 34.99, right? Like, you know, right below 3,500. And then take profit at 40,136, or even ride it with a trailing stop. But that's a very good possibility in Ethereum. It is a rising wedge that could break to the downside. I do see bearish div there. You know, we could easily just collapse to the downside tonight. And Bitcoin doesn't look amazing as well. It's been kind of slowly bleeding all night. So I have big signals. It's a Saturday with low volume. We just got to stay inside that pattern. The thing is, if we stay inside the pattern, a big move can happen. We lose the pattern, it's just, and you're like, oh, Sam, you didn't say. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I trade that. So that's why I consolidate patterns and wait for the bounce. If I get the bounce off the bottom of the trend line of the pattern, then I know we're likely going to get the move. They go hand in hand, you know. Well, they got Goldfinch even on Tether, right? On Coinbase. I like this coin personally. Think it's going to do numbers in RWA. When RWA really, really picks up, they're just subduing the price, I believe, so they can buy in. I don't know what's happening, but it's a bullish project. It's awesome. The website looks great. It has use case, attaches to real world assets. People can use it. And yeah, and it basically has come right back down to a double bottom. It did recently bounce off 152 all the way to 248 though, right? Had basically almost $1 move there. It's at $2. Again, same thing. When it cracks the daily 200 MA, it's gone. Look for it to stay above its 4-hour 200, which it did, and then look for it to flag. And once this flags out, it might flag out as an ascending triangle. It might flag out as a falling wedge. We don't know exactly how it will flag, But we know it will flag, and once it does, we'll be ready to take it for a possible swing trade, and or just continue to stay inside my long-term hold that I'm in for GFI. Thank you for that. We appreciate you. God bless you, brother. My last offering was cheap. I upped it. Could you take a look at Drift? Shout out to Isophobic, man. God bless you. Thank you. Let's take a look at Drift. We like Drift here. We found Drift pretty early, too. Before the bull market really started taking off, we started talking about Drift. I want to see it break out of there. It did not. It went sideways, but that tells me that it has an appetite above 127. Likely not going to go lower than that, right? I mean, it just tells. I've seen this a few times now, and then it eventually, the coin, whatever the coin is, this type of price action, it just rips out the right side of the flat angled, area. So yeah, eventually there's going to be a pump. It's almost a cup and handle, but it's a long handle, right? It's a cup and an extended handle. Like extra long handle, right? $210 possibly, and again, you would have to assume it's going to rip because it's had all this time to break 128 and it hasn't. But what are they waiting for? Are they just waiting for, some volume to come in? Are people staking? Is there about to be an unstake? Is there some big announcement that's keeping the price suppressed for a while? I do see a move coming, but then it's almost not big of a move to wait that long for it. But 53% gains coming to 210. And if you leave in Drift overall, it's probably going to continue over time. But yeah, so Drift on the radar. Thoughts on Musk? Gold, God bless. Can you check AIALI? Oh, that's a smart one. Artificial liquid intelligence. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because we have the liquid intelligence. Then we have AI. I mean, it just... It got above the 200 on the daily. Made a bit of a beautiful flag there, too. And we do live the life straight up. All day, baby. When this comes to the 21, it's likely going to continue to rip. I like this 4 hour. The volume's probably pretty low in this. That's the only thing that would have me a little sketched out. But, these are the things that are starting to pump. And this has the name and the narrative. And it's just that simple. All right? And liquid intelligence, artificial liquid intelligence. I mean, it's crazy, man. They got it going on. Like hyper liquid. It's got that je ne sais quoi. That target's going to take you to 2 8/10%. And this market cap is probably absolutely tiny. ALI. 148 million. Could easily 10x to 1.4 billion. AI and big data on fire. Yeah, Tria started to rip recently. Nadix was ripping. Matrix AI ripping. I mean, everything coming back. I bet Aura Chain is ripping. Yeah, Aura Chain back to 10 inside of a flag here. All AI about to just do damage. The AI run is on. Fetch, AGIX, the whole shebang. About to do serious damage to the upside here. 55% gains out of Aura Chain. Looks like it's coming back to that 16. And I see Aura Chain could get to 50, 60 bucks, man. I don't think people realize that that coin's about to rip. It is on KuCoin. I don't think it's on MEXE for whatever reason. Aura Chain. I've been holding Aura Chain for like a year and a half now. Like long time. We were looking at it back when it was $1, under $1. Yeah. 3-digit per token. I don't know about that. So people are making some outlandish claims on crypto Twitter. Gaming's coming back. Nakamoto Games about to rip. Like, are you poised and positioned? All right. I'll be nice enough. You want me to do it? You know what? I'll do one thing. I'll share my portfolio with y'all. and you guys can see what it is. All right. So look, we got a big old bag of Ondo up 36,000. That's already up like 14 grand. We got Near up $35,000 bag. We got Render, a $29,000 bag. I have another like $100,000 bag of Render. So I got 130 grand of Render. We got 28 grand of SCI, say. We got 22 grand of AI Tech, a little low cap gem that could do numbers from where it's at right now. Look at AI Tech right here. Let me show you. And this is the most I ever put in low caps. But 158, this thing could 10x. Easily to 1.5 billion. All right. AI Tech, baby. I got Naka, Fetch. I got another bag of Fetch somewhere else too. I got Arkham. I got Doge. Mexi Token, which is going to rip and continue to do damage. Beam, which is going to do damage. Wilder World, which is a gaming. Gala Gaming. Goldfinch, Real World Asset. Nosana. AI starting to rip hard coming out of that channel. That's about to do big numbers. That's a nice setup in the trading group. Bitcoin, of course. Always got some Bitcoin on the side there. Tau Bit Tensor. Might even transfer this Bitcoin to Tau, honestly. Just because right now at that moment. I got some Jasmy, some Whiff, Maneki. All right, not afraid to get my hands dirty with these little bitties. Palm AI, Myro, Aether, Tara. These are low cap gems that could all 10x. I got way more Caspo. I got 100 grand of it somewhere else. I got 100 grand of Chainlink, over 250,000 of Solana now. Deephook isn't playing out like I wanted to with the SUI, but when SUI comes back, Deephook is going to rip, in my humble opinion. TokenFi, which is RWA. PYTH, which I believe is going to do numbers. Ethereum, right? Relio, a number RWA trade. This is a low cap RWA2 ATR, which is actually starting to come back too from the low. API3, I believe, is going to do numbers. Manta will come back. See, the chain is hot. Props is real world assets. Lithium is like AI. Rune is always one of the hot ones eventually that will rip. Okay. And then there's other ones too. I got memes up the, it doesn't end. It's insane. All right. But that's kind of, and I want to cover myself with AI. I cover myself with gaming, real world asset, and even layer ones with Caspa, right? And again, there's probably things I'm missing. There's probably things I could have. You guys can rate my portfolio. What do you guys think? I guess I was cheap too. Can you look at Origin, please? Yeah. With the huge cup of blue chips running, is BNB next? QUBIC, please and thank you. Funny, when I was getting deep diving right before the market took a dip there in March, QUBIC was on my radar for an accumulative coin that I really liked. And everyone was like, QUBIC could be hot. Telling you're going to wish you got some QUBIC. Wow, and QUBIC just did the 1, 2, 3 blow off top. Like it did that. It did what it's supposed to there. Unbelievable. And QUBIC up 200% since November 22nd, just absolutely ripping. Flag there and then continuing to rip. QUBIC. I mean, now you would think it would pull back just a little bit on the 4-hour. We don't know exactly how it's going to do it. This would be cool. But you would have to assume that these rallies are just going to get little pullbacks and continue to pump. I do like this coin a lot. It's obscure. The nerds really liked it. The people that do deep dives really like this coin. That's what I found out. People that really know their stuff, they like this coin. People that didn't know much about crypto, they bypassed this. But people that knew their stuff, they really like this coin. Koinos was also a hot take here on the channel. I believe Koinos is going to do numbers. It just popped above that daily. That means it's going to rip. It's in the rising wedge here. This is something that I put in the trading group. This thing is hot. And I'm being nice to you right now, giving you guys freebies. No one else does it like this. Nobody else does it like this. Vulcan Forge Gaming, hot, right? Bang. Probably going to come back down to this channel, but eventually get tight. As long as it stays inside that channel. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it dumps. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it stops you out. Who knows what's going to happen? I can't tell you I'm the end all. I can just tell you that I'm someone that puts his best foot forward to see what happens, but boom. And I could put an alert on that. That's something where it's swing trading. I like Vulcan Forge. I know it gets good volume. I know people like it. I just need a coin that has good volume so I can get in and out of it with a good chunk. That's all. I don't need to fall in love with these coins. You can put 100 grand and make 50 grand a day for 10 days and make $500,000 right there. You can do that for a couple weeks and make $1 million. Like, there's more than one way. You don't have to hold everyone's like, you got to hold. Yeah, you can. And I do hold a lot. I'm not trying to say I don't. All right. But at the end of the day, there's more than one way to skin a cat. All right. Now, trading it is harder than holding it. Most people don't want to do that. They want to just buy the coin and sit there. And of course, that's easy, but that's what everyone does. Can you put a half a Bitcoin and trade it to 3 Bitcoins? Trading levy? Most people can't. They'll lose it all. It's going to take a lot of discipline. And you have to stick to stick to exactly your plan each and every time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this bounced here. Bobo. I like Bobo a lot. It's hot, right? Cardano, right? It has something to do with Cardano. It likes to pump. I see Bobo making a move, and we could just wait for Bobo to make a bigger channel, close a candle above. But right there, Bobo is retesting, and it's gonna, as long as the Bobo stays above the 4-hour 200 MA, I see Bobo about to just put in its higher low and rip. This looks very likely. You're gonna see Bobo like 10 days from now up here, and you're gonna be like, damn, I miss Bobo. But Sam told me it was gonna bounce right there, our previous support of resistance above the 200 MA. Bobo, baby, Bobo. Hey, Bobo over here. That virtuals continue to rip too, and it's so hot you don't want to touch it anymore, right? If you didn't get it in the low, you're like, man. And wow, it did. Remember, I talked about it earlier this morning on the channel, saying it's probably going to rip. It did. It made another 24% gain. Even if you forgot about it, you're still up 11%. Insane, right? And that thing could still do numbers. Interesting, virtual. And it did break out the flag as suggested from the stream this morning. So this morning's stream could have got you paid right there. Now there's a bearish divvy. The 4-hour time frame says enough. I mean, people ran it up a little bit. They got a little too excited for this thing, and they really ran it up. Let's get it a decent pullback here. Make some type of bigger flag before its next big run, but it definitely says it has legs. And it says it's going to $3 sooner than later. Man, we knew about this coin when it first came out. I was putting it out on the channel. Virtual, and then we even Token Metrics had it for us. Like we were warned about this coin early. If you were in my trading, we were warned about this coin so early. It hit our radar. We didn't know what it was really or what it was going to be, but I was warned about it. Watch that BDP wax. One of my favorite coins, been in wax a long time. Status Network, been around a long time. Funny, IOST. Coins that I used to, oh man, I had this coin too. A lot of coins just went parabolic. Look at that. Just a non-stop mission on the daily. Multiple days of just running. Unreal. Follow. And that reminds me of Polkadot. Is Polkadot about to run, or did it? It probably pumped. Yeah, it did, right? Now it's in that flag. See, everything either made it out of the bear flag or the pump. Everything's in that flag. Let's take a look at our BTC idea here, and let's break down Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin looks like, again, I did my, my update here, and let's just do it again. But look, I see it coming back down to the bottom of the channel. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bitcoin's struggling right now. But it doesn't mean it's over yet. Let's take a look at what I see happening here for BTC. So if the weekly closes as such, it's going to be a bear. That's bearish, period. That's going to be a bearish. We don't want to see that. And then we could come all the way back down there. Not always likely, but possible. All right, not always likely, but possible. So, I'm going to pull out my 21-day moving average. I'm going to see if we can come right back down to this key area. That's going to be the area that we want to look at. And possibly like all the way back down here to this 21-day moving average on the weekly. Right down there. And if that happens, it could, and we could come all the way to 82,000. Like, you know what I mean? You pull a Fibonacci. You just have to be open-minded to this. That's why I show it every single day, because if it happens, you'd be like, okay. Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, and if this candle closes green, and even if it closes like this, then we could get that wick, and it may not be the worst thing in the world. But we're gonna have to pay attention to this and obviously keep it in our minds that we could be getting. If that happened, it would be it would be bullish still too. It wouldn't even be bearish because it would just be a natural occurrence for a bearish move further to the upside. The 3-day now getting rejected again here, and you can see there's a bunch of resistance at this $90,000 level. We just can't seem to hold above that. Like today, look on the 3-day candle tapped to a high of about 98,619, and now we're back here at 95.8 again. So Bitcoin's struggling. Just actually took a huge dump as I spoke. As I spoke, Bitcoin just took a huge dump. All right, and that's why I don't have I'm not heavy right now on any crazy leverage trades. We made that. Didn't we make one leverage trade on weeks though this morning? We did on BTC. That trade is down $200. So that trade took a hit. But that's fine. We made so much more money today on all the other altcoins. Don't really care. And that trade still might not get stopped out. We'll see what happens there too. The stop loss is way away from where we're at, so there's a chance we could still win that trade. But we'll take a look at that. So let's take a look at Bitcoin on the 3-day still could close green though, and you'd be surprised we may get a bounce. But let's take a look at what's happening right now for Bitcoin. We're gonna go into the daily, and so for me, yes, you made a lower high, but you're keeping a higher low until the daily breaks 91,000. You'd have to assume we're going to be bullish and break out of this to the upside. The daily just coming back to revisit the 21-day moving average, which is also, that's very bullish sign. Like that's just a very, very bullish sign. And I wouldn't be surprised if that starts a leg up all the way to 130K, right? So now I see it. Now, okay, you can say, well, we're going to dump. So I basically, I'd have to see us close a daily candle below 90,005, 91,000 for me to really believe that we're going to start some bigger downtrend. Now, at the end of the day, look, I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder, we could, you could open a head short right now with a stop loss above that wick. And if you end up taking the dump, you're going to be covered. So I'm just saying right now, there could be a head short, stop loss here, entry here, and you could risk like less, just enough to see if you could rip. But if you come back up, it won't be too bad, just to see, to cover or to check on the hedge. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You do whatever makes you happy. If it makes you happy, you do it. Right. So now look, the 8-hour has been collapsing now for basically a day. I mean, and look, the 8-hour says it's going to continue to dump. The stochastics don't look too hot, but they could bend. Let's see if we can put it in the higher low. And even today, when we looked at this, we said this is a high likely probable possibility where we're going to come down to the bottom of the channel. All right. Started off the day looking pretty good though. Like we could get the curve on the 4-hour, but still, look, we haven't even entered the dotted line on the stochastics RSI yet, and that usually means there's a nasty dump coming. So this is also, like I said, it's a symmetrical triangle, right? And 90% of the time, these break to the downside. So weird, right? So I'm getting some mixed, and again, whenever you get mixed signals, it's really, that's when I don't go hard. I wasn't getting mixed signals 2 days ago. I was going extra hard. If we bounce off this channel, start to get tight, that will it will take 8-9 hours. We'll still know that we're probably likely going to break out. But if we, this way it's saying, hey, I'm going to dump. You have shoulder and head shoulder kind of forming there. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame. Yeah, and your 1 hour does have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You can even see a shoulder. It's a complex head and shoulder there. We were hoping this head shoulder would play out. And all day we've been watching this and watching the 1 hour 200 MA. And we really need this flag to break out. And like it started to break out actually, like right before the stream began, right? We started to get this pump and then it became a red candle and it ended up dying off, right? Now, we're losing the 200 MA right now on the 1 hour time frame. That's the bear sign that I did not want to see. We really, we came back since here. We bounced. We got it. Now, this is kind of definitively closing a candle below it again. Let's see. That candle closes in 14 minutes. And honestly, once you close the 1 hour, you usually drop down to the 2 hour 200 MA. And it looks like we could revisit 94.8. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Does it have liquidity further to the downside? Does it have enough longs that it wants? There's some longs there with some stop losses. And there's this deep guy here at 90, but really not a lot of longs calling a name. A little bit, though, down to 95,000. Enough to get us to where they want to take us there, 94.8, I guess. Still got the shorts up there, but you can barely see them. They don't register as heavy as this area right there. So there are some more stop losses to take out on the liquidity side there, on this, on the long side. But again, people love their Bitcoin too. Aren't they buying Bitcoin? Aren't these great prices? You think people would just start opening up their pocketbooks, considering they were lucky enough not for it to go over 100K by now and still be able to get these prices? Like, these are blessings. But again, people are going to have to learn that lesson the hard way, right? If everyone knew, then Bitcoin's price would be up by now, but it's not, right? So obviously they're not going to take advantage of this best opportunity. Now, so looking at the 2-hour time frame, I'm not surprised if we come and test, 94.5. If we lose 94.5, the next level there is 91,005. And then the next level there is that measured move to 89,319. So every time I've seen one of these in the last 6 to 7 months, this symmetrical triangle, we've broken to the downside. So it would tell you that we're likely going to get a dump here to the downside. So I have no leverage trades open except for that one there on weeks, and a little tiny one on XLM that's like just meandering. I took all my big boys off the table. I got my like 50-60 grand of capital sitting on the sidelines on leverage. I got another bit of tether on the sidelines, but I'm pretty much all in on the bigger, on my bigger long-term holds, on my near, on my render. We're gonna go all the way for that, so we'll see where it goes. But right now, yeah, we need to get this bounce here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. If it's attempting to get back above the 200 MA or attempting at least a bounce, is there any bullish divvy there? And there's a good enough bullish divergence in a way. I mean, that swings up, that swings down sharply. That is some bullish divergence. That's enough to give us a bit of a bounce there back throughout the night. I'm going to stay inside the long. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to hold tight and see if we can bounce back to the upside throughout the night. But so far, already the bears are slowly getting into control in the smaller time frames. They haven't won on the bigger ones yet. They'd have to lose this channel. They'd have to start to break down. But right now, look, you broke the 15-minute. You're breaking the 1 hour 200 MA. You got to get back above that 1 hour 200 MA sooner than later to be able to kind of keep the bears at bay. If this starts to drop down, where are you going? You're going to where the 2 hour 200 MA is, and you're likely going to meet it somewhere here on a wick at 94,750. So that's your next step. From there, if you lose that level, you're coming right back down there to a 93.1, and then all the way to 91,005. And if you lose 91.5, the bigger target is 89,389. If we get a massive dump, that's where you're likely to get a final bounce, and kind of like we did here. Now it's interesting because we had hidden bullish and we bounced off a fib. This just tells me this higher low should hold. It's very rare that this higher low does not hold. Low, high, high, high. We're still in this uptrend until we take out this low. So unless we took out this low, I'd have to assume the bulls are in control. So right now, the trend is our friend. Bullish divergence in the 15-minute, but it's mixed signals, low volume Saturday night. It's usually going to look like you can't tell what's going to happen. Bitcoin about to hit back to 96,000 though on perpetual here. 95, 940, 960, 980 even. So we'll see. We may not have enough volume for the bears to win. We may not have enough volume for the bulls to win. So we may kind of trickle sideways. The best thing for altcoins would be for Bitcoin to kind of come up and just go a little sideways throughout the night and let these setups that we looked at and things that we're going over continue to pump to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing there. With the huge blue chips running, is BNB next? Yeah, I believe it is. You know what's next is Bitcoin Cash, really. It's funny you mentioned blue chips, right? But Bitcoin Cash, right, really looks like it's the next one. Now, so if Bitcoin bounces off that key level we're looking at, everything's going to bounce off the bottom trend line here. If Bitcoin loses, these drop. And you see how interesting that is? And Bitcoin double bottoms, these will double bottom. So everyone really wants Bitcoin to get that bounce here back to the upside so these alts can continue to rip throughout the night. Bitcoin is still the number one we have to watch every single time. And then Bitcoin Cash would rip all the way to about 641. I remember when Bitcoin Cash was $641 back in the day, and it ripped up to $2,700. Sitting there watching it on my laptop when I didn't even have a big computer. Oh man, those are the days. 4 hour looks like it wants to dump on us hard and just come on down. So the market looks a little sketchy tonight. I have to give it to you on low volume. All right. Okay. See, some people think SUI could 60x from where it's at. I mean, if Solana could go from 12 to 200, Here's a chance. I like seeing Bitcoin back at 96,000. That bounce will be so crucial tonight. It looks like we can get it off that bullish divvy on the 15-minute time frame. That looks like that's going to be our win that's going to hold us down here and keep us in the gains. And look, I show my wins and my losses, right? I'm not afraid to show you a loss. It's okay. I win so much. I mean, a $200 loss really is kind of like whatever's, right? Not a big deal. And it's not even a loss yet. It's still unrealized. We'll see what happens on the other side, right? And I put most of my money in spot. You know, other people would put in 100 grand, 3x leverage and stuff like that. I put most of my money in spot, man. That's just how I am. As Bitcoin is 100 grand, don't be left behind. Robert Kiyosaki says. It's so funny, right? Funny. Now that's what people were saying. He was just saying that you should sell it the other day. It's so crazy. Brock getting the pump to the upside. ICT, Vulcan Forge. Man, you name it. There's so many coins out here. Let's take a look at the inside. See, something I wanted to show you was that cookie. Cookie.FUN. And that's the sentience. It's really where it's at right now. All right. And this is where things are trending. And they're tracking 192 AI agents here. And watching kind of their daily movement. Their mind share, what's happening. Average impressions that they're making. And their market caps. Right? I believe this Cerebro can do a 3 billion market cap. I believe there's a 10x out of this coin here. Based on, you know, the guy who created it, the type of community he's making, it could do numbers. Remember this VVAI foo? And that came out the day we started doing the VV stuff, and we saw V was the 22nd. Someone told me about that, and it's interesting. It did come out. VVAIFU. That's got a small market cap. Maybe that could get to that 400, right? Is that my coin Ava AI that I have right now? Is that my Ava? Yeah, I have this one right now, right? Ava AI. Yeah, I have this going. Ghosting AI agents in the DMs is my favorite pastime. So I've had her for a long time. And I picked her a while back when sentients weren't really that big. But I was like, man. And I saw it. Look, she's consolidating nicely here. Ava. See that? Can she continue to pump here? She's getting flat. That didn't sound right. But, you know, can she, she's getting, you know, the chart there is flattening out. But can it get to continue to push to the upside? I own the coin. I'm going to take a shot at it. I've been in it for a while, though. And it's taken me some time. Happy birthday, Tate. Funny. People do anything to launch a coin over here. Snoopy over here. I mean, Snoopy's hot. I like Snoopy. That thing's ripping already. But you never know, man. Half these coins have just turned to zero. You never know. Yeah, so, you know, you can sprinkle some. This AI 116Z is starting to make, like, people are trying to talking about that. It kind of ripped up pretty quickly to a $300 million market cap. Memes AI is another one that's kind of behind the scenes right now. And I hear it getting talked about. People are mentioning it. $42 million market cap. It's got memes and AI and sentient all kind of together. So just something there possibly. And then it gets really small. Then you're playing with, like, you know, Botto, DEGEN AI. DEGEN AI, I mean, how that doesn't get to $300 million market cap, though, you're kind of playing with that small number idea now. Right? What is this one? Virtue Bot. Hi, I'm Virtue Bot, your smart agent to help you avoid scams and stay safe. Scammers now impersonate banks via text and calls to steal information. Be cautious of unsolicited messages. Cybersecurity alert has been issued due to increase in scam emails by fake invoices, attempting to harness financial information and login credits. Ensure you only respond to verified contacts. Pretty cool, right? And AI, and there's so many of these now around the market. It's pretty interesting, right? Never tell anyone your wealth is hidden. Not your accountant, your attorney, nobody. The less the people that know, the better. They won't teach you this, but I will. Books are for the public. Rare wealth should be buried deep. If you know, you know. I love this guy, man. He goes, Smothers Brothers, JP Morgan, man. It's crazy. Well, once you have it for life, man. Good morning, everyone, man. Shout out to Crypto Billy. And there I am hanging out with Crypto Billy in action with my man Rice TV at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Had a great time in Nashville on the weekend because you're all working during the week. I figured you're funny. Meow should have just said you're funny. You're funny. I sold this under 50K. Bye bye. We had a nice run together. Probably ripped too, right? So crazy. Man, what a day. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I appreciate it as we continue to kind of manhandle the internet and just show our life every single day, where we're going, what we're doing, Thanksgiving dinners, cigars in the jacuzzi, just life, man. And just, you know, having a blast. Filet mignons cooked way too rare. Look at that thing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Sam, for all you do. How about Doji? I guess that was too cheap. Can you look at orange, please? Let's take a look at orange. Yeah, but Bitcoin Cash looks interesting, but we're gonna, you know, Bitcoin's got to hold that range. You know, chance you do get the dump tonight. And I honestly, that pattern mainly breaks to the downside. So I kind of, you know, but we'll see. If we start to lose and drop that pattern, then we're going to that 200. You know, and I'll be able to see the smaller time frames and make a bear flag, right? And we'll have to call the short. If we get a bounce, then we're going to stay inside the pattern. The chance we don't have enough volume for either, and we kind of mill out. So VeChain looked interesting too, but look, everything's kind of taking a chill pill with this Bitcoin move. Everything's like, I don't know what Bitcoin's doing, and so people got scared and they started taking profits. You know, Bitcoin dumps and you're in heavy leverage, you're going to get dumped on. So people look at that, and when they see Bitcoin not doing well, they close positions. When they close positions, right? Boom, 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 right? I see. That's why I sold when I'm happy. I was up earlier today. Things were super green. And then what happens is, this is what happens. You sell, everything's super green. You sell, it keeps going, and you feel really stupid. The old me would buy back in because I didn't have control, and then it would dump later on that night or the next day. And then I would lose all my gains because I bought so high. It would just reset what I made, right? Now, when I get in and I get out, and that's it. And that's it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you want to be too crazy about it. So yeah, VeChain looks like it could drop further down here if Bitcoin doesn't get the bounce. VeChain's going to drop with Bitcoin right down here to the downside. All right. What do you see for near? Now, everything's kind of going to hang on what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin dumps tonight. All your coins are going to pull back. It's kind of crazy. Like, near's going to dump back down to 644. It's really weird. Let's take a look at the bigger time frame, see what's happening here, see if we can see something we're not paying attention to. Now, one thing is when this coin was getting close or above this 200 MA, that's when you want to buy. Because the odds, even if we get a nasty pullback, even if Bitcoin goes nasty dump, and near goes down to 5, it'll probably get up so fast back up. We'll be back at 6 or 7, and then it's back to what it's doing again. So look at near. I mean, even if we get the dump, which it looks like we're going to get it tonight, right? Looks like we may. And it actually would look good because it would set the pattern off pretty nicely. We'd dump down, get a bounce. We'd be able to get some type of channel like so. So I'll be honest, it looks like most coins are going to come back to their 21 days. You know, I see a bit of a dump coming, but I'm just not too stressed about it if you bought at the right time. That's why it was so crucial when I kept saying I'm buying near here, I'm buying render. Those were crucial times. The bot just entered along, so the bot said, hey, I'm in. The bot is bold, bro. The bot sees something, and it can mitigate its way out of it, so we'll see. The bot felt it was a good time to get in. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. BTC. Yeah, so now you can almost say, like, is it losing the pattern now? And now there you go. It's about to close a candle below the 200 MA. It did actually. It just closed the candle below the 200. That's a bearish sign on the 1 hour. A clean close. I mean, it looks like it's going to free fall down. Now I'd have to look at the smaller time frames. And remember, low volume Saturday night is not the same as trading like Tuesday night. There's a bearish div right. There's a bullish div right there attempting to hold us down, saying, no, we're going to bounce. I wonder if that's what my bot saw. My bot was like, I'll buy the div. Probably did, right? If it buys every div it finds, it'll get a bounce. So in the next hour, this candle has to get back above that 200 MA or we are toast. And then this has to be a bear trap. And they have to get us back inside the pattern. But the pattern did break down, period, for Sheezy. So now you're looking for this to make somewhat of a, you know, a bearish retest. You're away from the 21. Usually you come back, but so here's the deal. Make that flag. Can you make the flag and stay above the 200 MA like we do every morning? See, that's what we trade in the mornings. Sad, because that looks our strategy, and I'm upside down right now. I'm bugging you out, right? So that tells us that we may get a move to the downside tonight. I would project this bear flag and start to watch for this. If it fills out the flag, the 200 comes in. Likely you're coming lower here, down to 94,561. Look, it's a bit of an inverted cup and handle. There's the cup. It would make a handle. It would dump to the downside out of an inverted cup and handle, just like it could pump out of a cup and handle. If it gets back above the 200 MA in the 1 hour, all this is nil. And then you're looking for it to make a shoulder. Let me show you. If it gets back above this 200 MA, let me get rid of this. I want to lose you here. I got you going. I'm perfect right now. I'm in the pocket. So if it loses this key level here, but if it gets back above the 200 MA, it's looking like it's gonna make a head, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can we get back inside the pattern? Can this be a bear trap, and we start to rip back up? The bigger time frames do suggest the pullback is coming. The smaller time frames have been holding us down for a while. We've gotten the rip ever since I called that hidden bullish there. It would be unlikely we would take out that low after hidden bullish, but you never know. Anything could happen. We're looking for this to bear flag and head further down to 94,540. Watch your coins today. Always a good time to DCA in any dip. All right. That's why you want to focus. Keep finding good projects. Look, there's still going to be something that we don't even own yet that I believe could 100x. You know, stay sharp, believe that you're going to find something, and you will. I'm always looking, always grinding, always believing. I don't get discouraged when I didn't get the last one everyone else got. Our time is coming. Another one we'll find. We found Chill Guy before anybody else here on the channel. All right, we found Fred Dang early. So I have faith that this channel, and I have faith in each and every one of you, that we get together, we're going to continue to get rips to the upside no matter what. All right. Let's take a look at that live chat. Thoughts on base token? I like base. I have base AI though, not based AI, base AI. I took out 50% of the top and went in on Beanie Babies and Pogs. Yeah, sure you did. What is the best amount to start leverage trading? I don't know. It depends on the person. I would do demo and use no amount and see if you can turn 100 fake money into 200 fake money, really, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, Core played out. Yeah, Core is good. Yeah, learn the game first. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Great show. Shout out to Barber Trader Joe, Crypto Guy, 1976, GF Burke, and everybody out here on the live. XRP Meme Army. And there's going to be XRP memes coming up. All right. Funny, they started pushing PEAQ out of nowhere, and that was the VCs. The VCs started pushing PEAQ. They got people talking about it. What they did is they pumped the price so people will talk about the coin. They know that, right? So they start sending that money in. Wow, PEAQ ripped too from 25 cents all the way to 39. Ain't a bad rip because it didn't double up yet. And PEAQ's probably getting pretty close to a good spot. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, just getting above the 200 MA there. And honestly, this may go parabolic tonight. I know you don't believe me, but the way it's running and the way people are running into it and talking about it, I think there's a chance that PEAQ makes a run tonight to the upside. I believe it's getting pumped by like the VCs. They like to send money into the markets, and you're going to hear about this going more and more. All right. That thing could get to 60 cents faster than we realize. PEAQ. We knew about this going like 7-8 months ago. Really was flat. Didn't say much. When did it come out? November 2024. But I feel like it came out before that. That was when it hit MEXC. But I feel like someone asked me about PEAQ And we saw it even, or Token Metrics may have even told us about what was coming soon, because I remember seeing the name and researching PEAQ a while back. You know, here, let's see how long this chart is though. Yeah, so it must have hit the markets in November. So it just hit the market, which is pretty awesome. It's a new coin. But I remember hearing about it, I don't know, I'm going to say 4 or 5 months ago from Token Metrics. They do these awesome, like, updated webinars, and they teach you about things that are coming up on the pipeline. And they were telling us about PEAQ pretty early. I mean, PEAQ is so early right now, and people want to get in, and everyone's fiending for that 100x. It could create a FOMO effect here. If anything pumps tonight, PEAQ could be the one. So see how we kind of, it took me all show, and sometimes it takes me 2 hours, and we find something amazing. Sometimes we find 10 things. Sometimes we have one thing. Sometimes I get the actual, we got CHILLGUY right before anyone else knew. We got it here on this channel. Someone asked me about hype on Hyperliquid, I think, but we didn't get into Hyperliquid early enough. PEAQ, looking interesting to me on MEXC, and that's where I'm going to leave you with tonight. Bitcoin not looking amazing. All right, Ondo having a huge rip. What goes up must come down, though. It's not going to be up forever. Let's take a look at BTC, USDT. And so, everyone, we got to get back above the 200 MA faster than fast here. So far, looking like it may happen. And we have a beautiful bullish divvy that's attempting to play out here on the 5-minute time frame. Back to the upside. We really need to see the 1 hour get back above the 200, the yellow line. If that happens, we'll be okay. If not, we may be in for a doozy here. And this thing may really start to, you know, dump faster down to the 2 hour MA. Looking like we may not get the volume for the bears to even push us down. And when these moving averages are this tight, we usually get a pump to the upside. See how tight the moving averages are on the 2 hour? It tells me we're going to rip, man. And this is just your perfect entry for Bitcoin tonight before we get a rip. So don't live in fear. Use the red candles to gain. I'm more bullish until Bitcoin takes it. Until the bears can take out this low. I got to remain a little more bullish because that's a beautiful uptrend there. That's a low, that's a high, that's a higher low. Take out that low, fine. Then I'm back to that's a low trend, and it is what it is. It's a downtrend. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump out of here for the night. May you have a wonderful time with your families tonight. Last Saturday night before you have to get them ready for school tomorrow night. So it's your last night. They can play games, do what they want. Let them stay up a little bit or whatever you guys do. But may God bless everybody here on the channel. Thank you so much. What's up, Sam? Hope you're having a great day, brother. Had 5 of my customers sub to the channel this week. Lifer Vision is the way. Is ATR making a comeback? It looks like ATR is making a comeback, bro. I just looked at it and saw that. It's funny. Will you be streaming tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. Every single day, baby. Every single day. Yeah, block looks like it's bullishly retesting. Once it bounces there, it looks a lot like MAVIA. They're looking like hand in hand, really. Yeah, 1 hour is still above the weekly pivot, 100%. Shout out to Amran Chandran. God bless you, my friend. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I didn't take my long, and I still see a pump coming for BTC. As long as we keep that higher low, I got faith in the pump. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful morning live stream. Coming back at you from sunny Sarasota, Florida. Here in beautiful, beautiful the United States of America, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. This is the Crypto Lifer signing out. Everyone, if you want to jump on in and get the gains that we make every single day, we made massive gains throughout the day here in the trading group. Just banging on them, you know. Hit the link to cryptolifer.com. Black Friday sale. This is the place to be. I don't take a day off. Every single day, I'm the guy. I'm your buddy. And honestly, for the amount of money we charge, it's $2 a day, everyone. Like $2.50 a day or something like that. It's crazy. If you get the deal, it's like $2 a day. So everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you in the trading group. Get that education. Get your mindset right. Become a multimillionaire with me. Go after your dreams and do things you never thought possible. You can, you will. You are the best, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow for another beautiful, amazing live stream. May God bless each and every one of you. Over and out. Crypto Lifer, baby. Crypto is life.
don't give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck, fuck.